Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Imam Sahib is saying, in the previous verse we spoke about a tradition which was about spending in the cause of Allah, and today the same subject continues, but the tradition chosen for today's verse is a bit longer, but it is such that it sheds an excellent light on many aspects of this subject. The translation of this tradition is that Hazrat Anas relates that Hazrat Abu Talha Ansari was the most wealthy among the Ansar of Medina. Usually the companions were poor, but by the grace of God, Allah had granted companions, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who had been bestowed with generous wealth, and among these was Hazrat Abu Talha Ansari as well. So he had orchards of date palms, and the best of these was an orchard called Bereha, and this was an orchard of date palms which Hazrat Talha loved it. He adored that particular orchard because it was an excellent orchard that used to give a lot of fruit, and also Hazrat Talha Razanhu really adored it. And then even better than that was that it was in front of the mosque of the Prophet, Masjid al-Nabawi in Medina, and the advantage of this was that the Holy Prophet ﷺ would often go to this orchard, and he would sit there and he would drink the cool water of this orchard. So when the verse of the Holy Quran was revealed, which is that لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ, that you cannot attain goodness unless you spend that which you love. So when this verse was revealed, so what was the reaction of the companions of the Holy Prophet ﷺ? Let us see what the Abu Talha did. He immediately went to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and he said that, O Prophet of Allah, I have heard that you have been revealed this particular verse, and I wish to tell you that my most beloved property is the orchard of Berha. And he said that I wish to sacrifice this in the cause of Allah. Imam Sahib is saying that look and imagine that the companions of the Holy Prophet ﷺ were so extremely devoted and ready to sacrifice everything and anything as soon as Allah said that you cannot attain to true goodness unless you spend out of that which you love. Hazrat Abu Talha immediately went to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and he said that I love this property dearly, it's lovely and I adore it, but after hearing this commandment of Allah, I wish to give it as charity in the cause of Allah. And he also said that I hope that Allah will accept this deed of mine. Imam Sahib is saying that while doing this good deed, the only thing he desired was that Allah be pleased with him, and he said that I hope that Allah will accept this, and Allah will join it with the other treasures that I carry with me to the hereafter. At this, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and he said that he hoped that the Holy Prophet ﷺ would spend it as he wished or use it as he wished. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, he said, wow, this is a very excellent and amazing wealth and a property, and what you have said is also I've also heard. And he said that I would like you to gift this orchard in charity to your relatives. So as soon as he heard this, Abu Talha gave it to his family members. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ accepted it, and he said that now there are some relatives of yours who are poorer than you, and they have more rights over it. So because they don't have generous wealth, so I request you to give it to them. So Abu Talha did not hesitate at all. He immediately uh, distributed it between his close relatives. Then after that, there's another tradition which is been related by Hazrat Ibn Masud Radhiyallahu anhu. He said that once the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that except for two people, don't ever be envious of anyone. So there are only two types of people, that only who are in two different categories, apart from whom you mustn't be envious of anyone else, and you shouldn't hope that you become like them. But those people who has been given wealth and then he spends it in the cause of Allah. Allah does give wealth, and Imam Sahib is saying that look around us, look and see how much wealth Allah gives some people, but how many of them are those who spend it in the cause of Allah? So he said that do not be envious of anyone except two people. One is that he who was given wealth and he spent it in the cause of Allah. So when you see this good deed of his, then this desire should rise within your heart as well, that you should be able to do that as well. And the second is that those people who has been given intelligence and wisdom, and through this he teaches people, and this is a person who is worthy of being copied. So instead of thinking that somebody's wealth should be destroyed and it should be taken away and you should gain it, this is very wrong. And if you want to make a wish, what the wish should be, the wish that you should have, according to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, that the person who has been given wealth and who has spent in the cause of Allah, he is the one who is the most the most fortunate, not the one who kept his wealth to himself, but he spent it on any needy person, on the left, on the right, everywhere. When he saw people who were needy and any causes that he ought to spend, he spends on those causes. And then there's another type of person who you should be envious of, that when you see his good deed, you should try to become like them and you should exceed him. And he is that person who the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that who has been given wisdom and intelligence, and with the help of which he makes decisions among people and he teaches them. Imam Sahib is saying this is the job of a judge. So to reform relations between people, this is also a good deed. So anyone who uses his qualities to decide and arbitrate correctly and with justice, they are the people who one should be envious of. And he who teaches people when the knowledge that he has been given about him as well, it is said that such a person is someone that we should be envious of and we should wish to become like him. So the teaching of Islam is that one should never harbor any ill will against anyone, one should not have any animosity against anyone, and you should not think that may Allah remove his the good quality he has, or may his health be destroyed or his wealth be destroyed. It is not you are not at all permitted to do that, and this is completely banned in Islam. And when one looks around in one's vicinity and one who sees that somebody enjoys good health, and as a result of that he earns good deeds, Allah has given him wealth, and through this wealth he is earning good deeds, or Allah has given him knowledge and wisdom, and through that he is earning good deeds, and he makes good decisions, and he teaches people, and he tells them about pious deeds. So such a person who tries to attain Allah's nearness through the means of the gifts given to him by Allah, and he tries so this is a way of attaining the nearness of Allah, that you look at other people's good qualities and you should be envious of them, and you say that may this be blessed for him, and I also pray that I should also be given this good deed, whether that's knowledge or wealth or wisdom, any type of goodness that we see, we should wish that we could be like them as well. And this is the proper way of a believer to behave in. May Allah enable us to remember this method, and may Allah enable us to always act in accordance with it. Ameen summa ameen. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim innaka Hamidum Mujeeb.